Hi, I am Imran Ali, Assistant Professor from Noida Institute of Engineering and Technology. In my earlier lecture, I had discussed about differences in production and operation management, where I had discussed that production management is more concerned or related with the production of goods, and operation management is more broader and it takes into account both the thing, it is goods as well as services. So, in today's scenario we are discussing more about production and operation management or operation management, which include both goods as well as services. Today I am going to discuss about productivity, its measurement, and what are the different factor because of that productivity of the organization is increasing or decreasing. This is what I will be covering. It is definition of the productivity, what exactly of the productivity is and how productivity can be measured, what are the different ways and means through which the productivity is going to be measured. Next, what are the different factors that an organization adopt or follow and the organization or employees productivity will increase. Next, I will be discussing different methods of measuring productivity in the organization. Productivity is what? It is just the measurement of the employee's productivity, and it is the ratio of output vis-a-vis input. So, whatever output it is coming in the form of the goods and services in relation to the input that an organization has put, like labor, capital, material, machinery, energy or other input that an organization has used in relation to the input that a company is putting in, what is the output of the organization. So, productivity is what? Productivity is the value of output in terms of the goods as well as services produced divided by the value of input. It could be wages, cost of equipment and so on. Now, the formula to calculate the productivity, it is output divided by input. Why productivity is needed? Because the productivity indicate how much efficient an organization is, how effectively an organization it utilizing or using its resources called labor, capital, machinery, money and the energy resources. So, the organization which are more efficient in terms of utilizing their resources or their capacity to utilize resources is more effective, productivity of the organization is likely to more enhance or increase. Those organizations whose productivity is high or those organizations who are doing much better, you will find out that they are more competitive or they are more competitive in relation to their competitor. In the service sector, I am discussing an example. See the productivity in terms of the services of Indigo, SpiceJet vis-a-vis Air India. So, you will find out that there is one organization whose productivity is much higher because less resources they are using, but number of services or number of customer to whom they are giving services, they are much higher. So, the productivity indicate or productivity means that with minimum resources how many number of unit you are able to produce. So, with less number of resources, with minimum wastage, if you are producing more, it indicate that the organization productivity is high. It is the productivity is more important for those company, those organization who want to reduce their cost and they want to sustain or survive in the market by minimizing their cost of production. So, we have seen that in the recent Nirma has been in the market for long span of time, capture the maximum market share into the detergent category, because there they decided that they need to reduce their cost by some way or the other. So, we need to identify, we need to explore different ways and means by which productivity of the organization can enhance or can be increased. So, this is how the productivity is. Productivity is the ratio of output vis-a-vis input. What outcome is of the company in relation to the input that the company has given. How it could be calculated? Productivity is equal to output divided by input. Why it is important for the organization? Because it indicates how competitive an organization is, how strong an organization is in terms of reducing cost, in terms of reducing or minimizing wastage and increasing output in the market or in the industry. Now, there are several types of the productivity. For example, partial productivity, total productivity. Partial productivity is what? That within the organization or into a particular company, we are only concerned about to measure the productivity of a single unit or a single input. For example, as I had discussed with you that there could be several input. For example, it is labor that organization has used as an input. It could be capital that could be as an input. It could be machinery that could be utilized as, it could be energy. So, these are what the various input that an organization is using, but at some point of time what an organization is concerned with or what the organization is planning to, that we are only concerned about to know the productivity of labor. So, what we will do? Labor, that the output that we are getting into and divided by labor. So, once we are just only measuring the productivity of a single input or a single factor, it is called as the partial productivity. Similarly, it could be capital. So, what we will do? It could be output divided by capital. It could be similarly output divided by energy. So, this is what that at some point of time when we are only concerned or organization is only trying to know the productivity of a single factor, then it is called as the partial productivity. We only want to know the productivity of the labor or contribution of the labor. What we will do? Total output divided by labor. We want to only measure the productivity of the capital, total output divided by capital. So, this is called the partial productivity. But in case if the organization want to know the total productivity, so the total productivity, how is it could be calculated? It is going to be calculated as the output that an organization has done in a particular period of time, and it could divided by labor plus capital plus machinery plus energy, all input that we are using. So, into the total productivity we all are using all four input: labor, capital, machinery and energy, but into partial we are only using single input and their respective or concerned productivity we are going to measure. I repeat, into total productivity we are trying to know the productivity of all these factors. So, for example, I have taken 4 factor: labor, capital, machinery and energy. So, we are using all 4 together and measuring their productivity. In case only organization want to measure what is the productivity of the labor, so we will be only using the total output divided by labor. We only want to know the productivity of the capital, so output divided by capital. So, this is called as the partial productivity. Partial productivity is important to know, or it is important for the organization to know the respective contribution of a particular input or a particular factor, whether it is contributing or whether it is efficient in the overall productivity of the organization or not. Next, this is how the measurement of the productivity is done. So, as I discussed recently, partially productivity is what? Productivity of a single factor, and single factor which is what? It could be labor as a single input, it could be machine, it could be labor, it could be energy or the other factor also. So, the partial productivity, it is the ratio of output to one class of input among many factors of production like productivity of the capital, material and machinery. So, in that case, how the formula it is going to be? It is the productivity is equal to the output divided by capital, since it is the partial productivity. But in case of the total productivity, we want to measure the productivity of the entire organization. We are trying to know the productivity of all input, and in here the all inputs are what? It is the total inputs. In our case, it is labor, capital, machinery, material, labor. We add and then the total productivity will came into existence. It is important for the organization or total productivity as well as the partial productivity, both are important to know. Therefore, organization need to check out or need to measure both partial productivity as well as total productivity at some point in time. For example, a wrapping paper company produced 2000 rolls per day. Labor cost was rupees 160, material cost was 50 and the overhead cost was 320. Determine the total cost. So, I had discussed when we have to calculate the total productivity, all inputs has to be added and then how the productivity could be calculated. So, here what the productivity is going to be calculated like it is output divided by input, and how that output it is 2000 divided by what are the our we are having three inputs. The first it is 160 plus it is 50 plus it is 320. So, here we are going to calculate it is the total productivity. We sum all three input. Other way around, if we would have to calculate individual or partial productivity, it could be 2000 and for labor cost it will be 160. So, 2000 divided by 160. Similarly, for the material cost or overhead cost, we would have calculated individually also and then the total productivity had came into existence. Now, for example, determine the productivity for the combined input of the labor and machine when the output is 1762. So, if we have to calculate the combined input of the labor and machinery. So, the total output it is what? It is 1760. Labor and machine material, all these three element, labor, material and overhead, these need to be added like 1760 divided 1000 plus 520 plus 2000. So, this is how our total productivity will came into existence. Similarly, this is also given the same question is there, the following information regarding the output produced and input consumed for a particular time period for a particular company is given below. Compute various productivity using partial productivity and total productivity. So, here the total output in terms of the rupees it is given over here, and these are the individual input that we have used in terms of our production. It is human input, material input, capital input, energy and other input. Here what the question demand or demanding that we had to calculate both, we have to calculate total productivity as well as partial productivity. Total productivity, how it could be calculated? It will be output divided by human input plus material input plus capital plus energy plus other resources. So, we are having 5 input and this is how the productivity will came into existence. One, we have to calculate the total productivity, but there could be a case that company only want to know the productivity of human input, productivity of material input. So, it could be the partial productivity output divided by human input, yeah, output divided by capital, individual or partial productivity that I say. So, this question demand that we have to calculate both in the total productivity as well as the individual productivity. Individual productivity is important for the company to understand the contribution of the respective input. Productivity index is what? In productivity index is used to compare the productivity during the current year with the productivity during the base year. So, productivity index measure the changes into the productivity. Now, productivity can be calculated for an operation, a specific operation. Productivity can be calculated for a department, for a company as well as for a country also. Now, a nation or a country whose productivity is relatively high or more, it means it is more competitive in comparison to the other countries. So, we can through the productivity index we can measure that the productivity is going to be whether productivity is increasing or decreasing. Productivity is important for individual, organization and countries also. If you say across the world, there are certain countries which are known and doing excellent because their productivity is high or the manpower is very productive. Other way around, there are certain countries that they do not have any place in terms of the productivity or the labor is not working well. So, with the help of the productivity index, it is being taken into account, and how it is being calculated: productivity during the current year upon productivity during the base year. Obviously, base year we will comparison with the base year that we have chosen to. Now, what are the different factors influencing the productivity? So, I am going to discuss, I have divided the factor into two ways, internal factor and an external factor, and I am going to discuss one by one. The internal factors are technological factors. Organization which are using advanced technology, organization which are using advanced methods of manufacturing, their productivity is going to be highest. So, organizations which will be using more advanced technology, organization which will be using the technological advanced method of production, their productivity is expected to be high. Other way, on the other hand, the organizations who are not using advanced technology or they are not using advanced machinery in their production, their productivity is going to be low or their productivity will be less. So, the technology will be one way or technology will be one factor which will contribute in terms of enhancing the total productivity of the organization. Let us see in the manufacturing unit, automation is being discussed. We had discussed Internet of Things has came, the devices or equipment being connected to the internet. Because of that, the productivity is expected to be high. The robotics are increasingly used in the industries because of the technology is going to be increase or highest. So, technological factor or advanced technology, if companies are using, productivity of that particular organization is expected to be high. Next, it is about the human factor or skill set of employees. Human factor, I mean to say, the manpower or the skill set of the employees is not same, and in industries or in the businesses, the requirement or the requirement of the skill set keep on changing. As in the today's scenario, you say all employees are expected to be advanced or comfortable into the information technology. They need to be more aware about the technological advancement or technological development, or other methods should also be used by the organization, so that these methods can be used in terms of the skill and the overall productivity of the organization need to be enhanced. See, with respect to the biotechnology, with respect to the pharmacy, during COVID-19, a different set of skill was required to handle the patient. The all hospitals train their employees to handle the clients or patients in a different way. Even into the manufacturing organization, the 3D printing or automation training is being given, so that employees are trained and capable to handle the present scenario. Next, it is the financial factor. Fund to finance plant and machinery, mechanization and research and development. Organizations must have sufficient fund in their hand, so that they can fund if company want to set up more plant, if Maruti Suzuki or Mercedes Benz, Audi or Apple or any other organization want to set up more plant, if they need to set up, but for that they need to have sufficient fund in their hand. Enough research and development should be done, and the higher is the R&D or the productivity, is going to increase the productivity of the organization. The Tesla, which has set up its unit into Bangalore, India this year, initially for the first year, Tesla is only focusing on research and development. So, that part of the research and development is going to be emphasized by Tesla in India. Material energy, effort to reduce material energy consumption. So, as an organization, we should always be concerned about that how we can increase our productivity by minimum wastage, or the wastage of the organization need to be least enough. Next, it is about the external factors. External factors are related with the natural factors. Productivity is also affected by physical, geographical and climatic condition of a particular geography or a particular place. Natural factors are those factors which are not under our control, and we can't do that. So, because of the natural factor, at some point of time the productivity of the organization is also impacting. Let us see, recently there was a calamity or the heavy rain into Hyderabad, lot of industry was impacted. Same kind of natural calamity had happened recently in Uttarakhand, recently it had happened into the Kerala. So, in different part of the country, if natural calamity happen or something happen that is not our not control, it is also likely to impact our productivity badly. Next, it is about the sociological factor. Social custom, tradition and institutions influence attitude toward work and job. So, if the perception of the society is positive toward a particular profession, toward a particular job or institution, then the productivity is going to be high. If it is being perceived negatively or perception in the society is not good or positive, then the productivity of that particular institution or company is going to the productivity going to be reduced. Next, it is about the government policy. Over a period of time, government keep on formulating policy. If the policy is supportive, good enough, it will assist and support the company, and productivity is expected to be high. Recently, the government of India has introduced productivity linked incentive scheme. Productivity linked incentive scheme. Government of India want to focus that India should be a electronics manufacturing hub, laptop, mobile handset, pharmaceutical production should be there maximum in India. So, government is encouraging this production, government is encouraging the production of electronics manufacturing. Even government is also encouraging the production, defense equipment or weapons are being encouraged by India to manufacture. So, when the government policy is positive or supportive, it increases productivity. Next, methods to increase the productivity, it is quality of raw material. As an organization, we should source or ensure that our supplier are supplying quality of raw material. So, if quality of raw material is being supplied, it is going to ensure that the productivity of the company is high. Latest equipment, latest machinery, organization need to ensure that company must have updated or recent equipment and recent machinery. You say into manufacturing unit, even you say into healthcare sector, there are more advanced diagnostic equipment tools. In agriculture sector, advanced tools, agriculture tools or agriculture equipment have been developed. So, farmers need to adopt advanced tools, advanced machinery, so that the productivity of the farming or productivity of the farmer need to be high. Similarly, into the manufacture, advanced technology, IoT, into banking, blockchain technology. So, advanced tools, processes, if we will use, the productivity is going to be high. Next, it is selection and training of the employees. At every stage in the operation, we need to ensure that employees training should be ensured. If employees are trained, they are updated, they know the recent trend, what is happening, then they are going to contribute positively for the organization. If they are not trained, they are not updated, their contribution probably is going to be negative for the organization. Next, it is about the research and development. R&D has to be focused, and research and development emphasize on new design, new shape, and then we need to, if we will do more design, research and development will be the focus area of the organization, then it will positively contribute toward the productivity. Good working condition, good environment will help the organization to increase the sentiment of the employees, and they are going to contribute better for the overall development of the organization. Herzberg two factor theory has also said that it is monetary as well as non-monetary factor. So, non-monetary factor are good working conditions within the organization will also enhance or improve the productivity of the organization. Next, it is the cordial relation among the organization, among all employees. The relationship among the employees need to be friendly, cordial relation need to be maintained. When the relations among them are good, probably it will increase their morale, and the productivity in the organization is going to be highest. So, I discussed today about productivity, what it is, what are the different types of the productivity, partial and total productivity, and what are the different factors that impacts the productivity called internal factor as well as external factor, and what are the different methods that help us to improve the productivity. So, I discuss about several factors which impact the organization to improve the productivity. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone.